Imagine a world where the burdens of life are lifted, a realm where tears are a distant memory, pain is non-existent, and separation is merely a fleeting thought. This is not just an abstract notion or a hopeful dream, it is the profound promise of heaven, a place where love, joy, and peace are not just temporary feelings but eternal realities. For many of us, the idea of heaven has been shaped by childhood tales of golden streets, pearly gates, and a radiant light that outshines anything we've ever known. Yet, what if I told you that heaven is even more magnificent than our wildest imaginations? In the Bible, we find comforting promises about the afterlife. Revelation 21:4 assures us that God will wipe away every tear from our eyes. Imagine a time when there will be no more death, mourning, crying, or pain. These words offer hope in a world often filled with sorrow and uncertainty. When we reflect on our daily struggles, whether it's the loss of a loved one, battles with anxiety, or the weight of loneliness, we realize how desperately we long for this promise to be fulfilled. Think about it. Heaven is envisioned as a place where joy reigns supreme. No longer will we face the heartache of losing someone dear. Instead, we will be reunited with our loved ones, those who shared our lives and our faith. Picture the moment you meet them again, enveloped in an embrace filled with eternal love and acceptance. This is a reality we can look forward to, a gathering of souls who have believed in God, living together in harmony and peace. But heaven is not just a location, it represents the very presence of God. In His arms, all fears and insecurities will dissolve. Psalm 23:6 captures this beautifully. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This promise reinforces the idea that in heaven, we will experience ultimate satisfaction, filled with God's glory and love. As we ponder these concepts, I encourage you to reflect on your own beliefs about heaven. What does it mean to you? How does the thought of a perfect existence, free from suffering, impact your daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you find this vision of heaven inspiring, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more uplifting content. Heaven is depicted as a realm where all human desires are fulfilled. No more hunger, fatigue, or frustration, only the bliss of being in God's presence. Revelation 7:16-17 tells us that there will be no more hunger or thirst, and that the Lamb will guide us to springs of living water. This imagery paints a picture of eternal joy and satisfaction, contrasting sharply with the struggles we face on earth. In this world, we encounter suffering, loss, and trials that test our spirit. Yet, heaven offers a promise of renewal and restoration. It is a place where our minds will be renewed, where we will know only joy, rest, and glory that never fades. Can you imagine living in such a reality? A life filled with peace, love, and understanding, where everyone is treated with respect and kindness. As we explore the depths of what heaven entails, let's keep this conversation going. If you resonate with these thoughts, please leave a comment with 777 to signify your agreement and hope for the eternal joy that awaits us. And remember to like and subscribe for more inspiring discussions about faith and the promises of God. In a world that often feels overwhelming, filled with pain, suffering, and uncertainty, the promise of heaven stands as a beacon of hope for many. The Bible offers a vivid portrayal of this divine promise, particularly in Revelation 21:4, which assures us that God will wipe away every tear from our eyes. Imagine a place where sorrow is a distant memory, where grief and anguish are replaced by a profound sense of peace and joy. This is not merely a poetic notion, it is a reality that believers hold onto with unwavering faith. The promise of heaven signifies more than just the absence of pain. It encompasses the fulfillment of God's love and the restoration of all things. In this celestial realm, we are assured that death will no longer exist, nor will there be mourning or crying. This is a radical departure from our earthly existence, where loss and heartache often overshadow our moments of joy. Picture a life where every tear shed is transformed into laughter, and every moment of loneliness is replaced by the comforting presence of loved ones. Moreover, this promise extends beyond individual comfort. It speaks to the collective restoration of creation. The world we inhabit is marred by brokenness, relationships strained, communities divided, and nature itself crying out for redemption. In heaven, all of these fractures will be healed. The harmony that God intended for His creation will be fully realized, and every soul will experience the profound connectedness that comes from being in the presence of the Creator. As we reflect on this promise, it is essential to understand that it is not just a distant hope but a certainty for those who place their faith in God. The assurance of heaven invites us to live with a sense of purpose and anticipation. It encourages us to navigate our earthly challenges with the understanding that they are temporary and that a glorious future awaits. This promise also brings comfort to those who are grieving. When faced with the loss of a loved one, the hope of reuniting in heaven can provide solace that transcends earthly sorrow. Imagine the joy of meeting again, free from the chains of mortality, in a place where time stands still, and love knows no bounds. This is the essence of God's promise, a perpetual reunion where relationships are restored, and love is perfected. Furthermore, the hope of heaven inspires us to live in a manner that reflects our values and beliefs. It calls us to act with kindness, compassion, and integrity, driven by the understanding that our actions have eternal significance. When we embody the principles of love and service, we not only prepare ourselves for heaven but also create a glimpse of that divine reality here on earth. In a culture often preoccupied with material success and transient pleasures, the promise of heaven serves as a counter-narrative. It reminds us that our ultimate fulfillment lies not in worldly achievements but in our relationship with God and each other. This promise invites us to shift our focus from the temporal to the eternal, encouraging us to invest in what truly matters: our spiritual growth and the well-being of those around us. As we embrace the beauty of God's promise, let it inspire us to share this hope with others. In a world that desperately needs light and love, we can become vessels of that promise, spreading joy and encouragement to those who may feel lost or alone. By living out our faith authentically, we can reflect the glory of heaven in our daily lives, becoming beacons of hope in a world yearning for meaning. In conclusion, God's promise of heaven is a profound declaration of His love and faithfulness. It assures us that our struggles are temporary and that a glorious future awaits us. As we hold on to this promise, let it shape our lives, guide our actions, and fill our hearts with hope. This promise is not just for ourselves, it is a gift to share with the world, a reminder that no matter how dark the days may seem, there is a light that shines beyond, illuminating the path to eternal joy and peace. Imagine a moment filled with indescribable joy, where time seems to stand still, and the weight of sorrow is lifted. This is the promise of reunion with loved ones in heaven, a hope that resonates deeply within the hearts of many. The thought of being reunited with those we have lost brings comfort and a sense of peace that transcends the pain of separation we experience in this life. It is a promise that speaks to the very essence of our humanity, for we are created for connection, for love, and for fellowship. When we think of the afterlife, it often conjures images of ethereal beauty and divine light, but perhaps the most profound aspect of heaven is the relationships we will rekindle. In this sacred space, the bonds that were severed by death will be restored, allowing us to embrace those dear to us once again. Imagine the joy of seeing family members who have passed away, exchanging laughter and stories, free from the burdens of earthly life. The heartache of loss will be replaced by an overwhelming sense of belonging, as we are enveloped in the love of those who have gone before us. This reunion is not merely a fleeting moment, it is an eternal experience. In heaven, we will enjoy a fullness of love and connection that surpasses anything we have known on earth. No longer hindered by the limitations of our mortal bodies, we will engage in relationships that are perfect and untainted by misunderstanding or conflict. Imagine conversations filled with grace, laughter that echoes through the halls of heaven, and the warmth of embraces that last forever. This is the fulfillment of God's promise, where love reigns supreme and every heart is united in harmony. Moreover, the reunion with loved ones serves as a reminder of the lasting impact they have had on our lives. Their memories, lessons, and influences shape who we are, and in heaven, we will have the opportunity to express our gratitude and love in ways we could not on earth. It is a chance to share how their lives have inspired us, to recount stories of their kindness, and to celebrate the legacy they left behind. These moments of connection will deepen our appreciation for one another, reinforcing the bonds that tie us together as a family in Christ. The hope of reunion also extends to the idea of healing. For many, the loss of a loved one brings unresolved feelings of grief, guilt, and longing. In heaven, these burdens will be lifted, and we will find closure in the embrace of those we cherish. Imagine being able to have conversations that heal old wounds, to apologize for misunderstandings, and to share the love that was sometimes left unspoken. This healing process will be a pivotal part of our reunion, allowing us to experience wholeness in the presence of our loved ones. As we anticipate this reunion, it inspires us to cherish our relationships in the here and now. The promise of heaven encourages us to reach out to those we love, to express our feelings, and to nurture the connections that matter most. Life is fleeting, and the time we have with our loved ones is precious. By investing in these relationships, we not only honor the memory of those who have passed but also cultivate a deeper appreciation for the people in our lives today. Furthermore, this promise of reunion drives us to live with hope and purpose. It invites us to share the love of Christ with others, knowing that each act of kindness and compassion contributes to the tapestry of relationships that will continue in heaven. As we build community and support one another, we reflect the love that God intended for us to share. This perspective transforms our view of life and death, reminding us that our connections extend beyond the confines of this world. In conclusion, the promise of reunion with loved ones in heaven is a source of profound hope and comfort. It assures us that our relationships are not severed by death but are instead transformed into something even more beautiful. As we look forward to the day when we will embrace those we have lost, let this promise fill our hearts with joy and anticipation. It reminds us to cherish our time together, to love deeply, and to live with an awareness of the eternal connections that bind us in the family of God. The concept of heaven is often intertwined with the profound experience of being in the presence of God. It is this divine presence that defines the essence of eternal life and transforms it into something magnificent and beyond our earthly comprehension. Imagine a space where every thought, every action, and every moment is enveloped in an overwhelming sense of love, peace, and fulfillment. This is the reality that awaits those who believe, a reality where God's presence is not just felt but experienced in its fullness. In heaven, the barriers that separate humanity from the divine will be removed. No longer will we be hindered by sin, doubt, or fear. Instead, we will stand in the glorious light of God's love, fully aware of His grace and mercy. This transformative experience will bring about a profound sense of belonging, as we realize that we are cherished children of God, created for communion with Him. The joy of being in His presence will surpass every earthly pleasure, filling our hearts with a joy that is complete and everlasting. God's presence in heaven promises to bring healing and restoration to every aspect of our lives. The burdens we carry, grief, anxiety, and regret, will be lifted in this sacred space. When we encounter God, we will be transformed, our hearts aligned with His purpose and will. The weight of our struggles will fade away, replaced by the assurance that we are loved unconditionally. This divine embrace will allow us to experience a peace that surpasses all understanding, a tranquility that escapes our comprehension in this life. Moreover, being in the presence of God will deepen our understanding of His nature. We will come to know Him not just through scripture or teachings but through direct communion. Every question we have ever pondered will find its answer in His wisdom. The mysteries of life, the reasons behind our trials, and the depth of His love will be revealed to us in ways that we could never have imagined. This intimate knowledge of God will enrich our souls, drawing us closer to Him and to one another. In heaven, worship will take on a new meaning. It will be an expression of our gratitude and love, flowing naturally from our hearts in response to the divine presence surrounding us. Imagine a symphony of voices lifting praises to the Creator, harmonizing in perfect unity. Each note will resonate with the joy of being in the presence of the One who made us. This worship will not be confined to rituals or traditions but will be an organic outpouring of love and adoration, reflecting the true essence of our relationship with God. The presence of God also invites us into a deeper communion with others. In heaven, we will not only experience the love of God but will also become vessels of that love to one another. The relationships we form will be enriched by the divine presence, fostering a community that reflects the heart of God. We will share in each other's joys, support one another in our journeys, and celebrate the unique gifts that each person brings to the tapestry of heaven. This unity will be a testament to the transformative power of God's love, creating a sense of belonging that resonates throughout eternity. Furthermore, the presence of God in heaven will inspire us to reflect His character in our lives. As we bask in His love, we will be compelled to share that love with others. The grace we receive will motivate us to extend grace to those around us, fostering an environment where forgiveness and compassion thrive. This divine influence will shape our actions, encouraging us to live out the values of the kingdom in our interactions with one another. As we anticipate this incredible reality, it also serves as a reminder of our purpose on earth. While we may not yet fully experience God's presence in the same way we will in heaven, we are called to seek Him and cultivate our relationship with Him now. Prayer, worship, and acts of service are ways in which we can draw closer to Him, preparing our hearts for the fullness of His presence. This journey of faith encourages us to live with hope, knowing that each step we take brings us closer to that eternal communion. In conclusion, the presence of God is the defining feature of heaven, a reality that promises to transform our lives in ways beyond our imagination. It is an invitation to experience love, peace, and fulfillment in their purest forms. As we look forward to this divine encounter, let it inspire us to seek God earnestly in our lives today. In His presence, we find our true identity, purpose, and joy, elements that will resonate throughout eternity, shaping our experience in heaven and beyond. The promise of heaven encompasses a profound and beautiful reality, the restoration of relationships. In a world marked by division, misunderstanding, and heartbreak, the idea that every fractured bond will be mended is a source of immense hope. Heaven is not just a destination, it is a place where love reigns supreme, and our connections with one another are fully restored to their intended glory. Throughout our lives, we experience a myriad of relationships, some filled with joy and others fraught with tension. Family ties may be strained, friendships may falter, and even our relationship with ourselves can suffer under the weight of guilt and regret. The reality of human existence is that we often fall short. We hurt one another, sometimes unintentionally, leading to wounds that may take years to heal. The promise of restoration in heaven assures us that these burdens will be lifted, allowing us to experience relationships in their purest, most authentic form. In heaven, the barriers that hinder our connections will be removed. No longer will misunderstandings cloud our interactions or past grievances linger in the air. Imagine a space where every conversation is filled with understanding, where every expression of love is met with open hearts. This perfect environment will foster genuine connection, enabling us to engage with one another in ways we could only dream of on earth. We will be free to share our stories, our joys, and even our sorrows without fear of judgment or rejection. The restoration of relationships in heaven also speaks to the healing of our emotional wounds. Many carry scars from past experiences, loss, betrayal, or abandonment. In this divine realm, those wounds will be healed. We will be able to confront our pain in the presence of love and grace, experiencing a catharsis that allows us to move forward without the weight of our past. The love of God will envelop us, providing a safe space for healing and reconciliation. Moreover, this restoration extends beyond our earthly relationships. Our connection with God will be fully realized, bringing us into a state of communion that transcends anything we can experience now. We will stand before Him, fully aware of His love and grace, and our relationship with our Creator will be restored to its original design. This perfect relationship will inform and enhance our connections with others, as we reflect the love we receive from God in our interactions. In heaven, the concept of community takes on a new meaning. We will not merely exist alongside one another, we will thrive in a vibrant tapestry of relationships that celebrate our individuality while fostering unity. Each person will bring their unique gifts and experiences, contributing to a rich environment of love and support. This interconnectedness will create a profound sense of belonging, allowing us to experience the joy of being part of something greater than ourselves. As we anticipate this restoration, it encourages us to engage more deeply with our relationships here and now. The promise of heaven inspires us to seek reconciliation with those we may have drifted apart from, to extend forgiveness, and to cultivate love in our interactions. While we may not achieve perfection in our relationships on earth, the hope of restoration invites us to strive for deeper connections, to embrace vulnerability, and to practice empathy. Additionally, the restoration of relationships in heaven reminds us of the importance of community in our spiritual journey. We are not meant to walk this path alone, we are called to support one another, to share our burdens, and to celebrate our victories together. As we cultivate relationships grounded in love and mutual respect, we reflect the character of Christ and create a glimpse of heaven on earth. In conclusion, the promise of the restoration of relationships in heaven is a source of profound hope and encouragement. It assures us that our connections with one another will be healed, deepened, and perfected in the presence of God. As we look forward to this divine reality, let it inspire us to invest in our relationships today, seeking understanding, healing, and love. In doing so, we not only prepare our hearts for the joy of heaven but also create a legacy of love that echoes throughout eternity. The concept of life in heaven transcends our earthly understanding, offering a vision of existence that is vibrant, fulfilling, and profoundly creative. Often, we may envision heaven as a place of eternal rest or passive existence, but in truth, it embodies a dynamic and active life, brimming with opportunities for growth, expression, and joy. In this divine realm, creativity flourishes, reflecting the very nature of our Creator, who is the ultimate source of all inspiration and innovation. Imagine a world where every moment is infused with purpose and meaning. In heaven, we will not be bound by the limitations of time, space, or physical constraints. Instead, we will have the freedom to explore our passions and talents in ways we cannot yet comprehend. The creativity that resides within each of us will be fully realized, allowing us to express ourselves authentically and beautifully. Whether through art, music, storytelling, or any other form of expression, the opportunities for creativity will be limitless. In this eternal existence, our individual gifts and talents will find their perfect place. Each person will contribute to the tapestry of heaven, sharing their unique perspectives and skills. Imagine a community where musicians create symphonies that resonate with the joy of heaven, artists paint landscapes that reflect the beauty of God's creation, and storytellers weave narratives that inspire and uplift. This collaborative spirit will foster an environment where everyone's contributions are celebrated, amplifying the richness of our collective experience. Moreover, life in heaven will be characterized by exploration and discovery. Just as God's creation on earth is vast and diverse, so too will be the wonders of heaven. We will have the opportunity to explore new realms, discover hidden treasures, and engage with the beauty of creation in ways that spark our imagination. This exploration will not only deepen our appreciation for God's handiwork but also inspire us to create and innovate in response to the beauty we encounter. The absence of limitations will also allow for a deepening of our relationships with one another. In heaven, we will engage in meaningful conversations, share our dreams, and collaborate on projects that reflect the love and unity of God's kingdom. The bonds we form will be enriched by our shared experiences and creative endeavors, creating a sense of togetherness that transcends earthly limitations. This communal creativity will foster an atmosphere of mutual support and encouragement, where everyone is inspired to reach their fullest potential. Furthermore, the joy of creative expression in heaven will be intertwined with worship. Every act of creativity will be an opportunity to glorify God, reflecting His beauty and majesty. Whether through music that lifts our spirits, art that captures the essence of divine love, or stories that convey the depth of grace, our creativity will serve as an offering of praise. In this way, life in heaven becomes a continuous act of worship, as we align our hearts with the Creator and celebrate the gift of existence. As we contemplate life and creativity in heaven, it also serves as a reminder of our purpose on earth. While our current circumstances may not fully allow for the expression of our creativity, we are called to cultivate our talents and passions in preparation for the fullness of heaven. This journey of discovery encourages us to engage in activities that inspire us, to explore our interests, and to share our gifts with others. By doing so, we not only honor the creativity that God has instilled within us but also create a glimpse of heaven in our daily lives. Moreover, fostering creativity in our earthly lives can be a powerful means of connecting with God. As we engage in creative pursuits, we tap into the divine inspiration that flows from our Creator. Whether through painting, writing, music, or any other form of expression, we can experience a sense of closeness to God as we participate in the creative process. This connection allows us to reflect His image, embodying the creativity that is inherent in our nature as children of God. In conclusion, life and creativity in heaven present a vision of existence that is rich, vibrant, and full of possibilities. It assures us that our individual gifts will be celebrated, our passions will be fully realized, and our relationships will be deepened through shared creativity. As we look forward to this divine reality, let it inspire us to cultivate our creative gifts here and now, seeking opportunities for expression and exploration. In doing so, we not only prepare our hearts for the joy of heaven but also create a legacy of creativity that echoes throughout eternity. Worship in heaven is a profound and transformative experience, one that transcends our earthly understanding of praise and devotion. It is not merely an act or a ritual, It is the very essence of our existence in the presence of the Almighty. In this divine realm, worship will be an expression of our deepest love and gratitude, a natural response to encountering the glory and majesty of God. This experience will be characterized by a fullness and richness that our earthly worship often longs for but rarely achieves. Imagine a gathering where every voice blends harmoniously in a symphony of praise, where the atmosphere is electric with joy and reverence. In heaven, worship will be vibrant and communal, as all creation joins in adoration of the Creator. Every heart will resonate with the truth of God's love, and every expression of worship will be infused with genuine joy. Whether through song, dance, or artistic expression, worship will be an active celebration of God's goodness and grace. The variety of worship practices in heaven will reflect the diverse ways in which humanity expresses love and reverence. Just as every culture has its unique traditions and forms of worship, heaven will embrace this diversity, creating a tapestry of praise that honors God's creativity. Imagine vibrant colors, melodies that uplift the soul, and movements that express our joy in the Lord. The beauty of worship will not be confined to any single expression, but will instead encompass a wide range of artistic forms, each affirming the glory of God in its own way. In this heavenly worship, the focus will be entirely on God. Freed from the distractions and burdens of earthly life, our hearts will be fully attuned to His presence. We will experience an intimacy with God that surpasses anything we can imagine. Each moment spent in worship will deepen our understanding of His love and grace, drawing us closer to Him and to one another. This connection will transform our worship into a powerful experience of unity, as we are all drawn into the presence of the one who loves us unconditionally. Moreover, worship in heaven will be a communal experience that fosters a sense of belonging and togetherness. The bonds we form through shared worship will create a sense of unity that transcends all differences. We will stand alongside our brothers and sisters from every nation, tribe, and tongue, celebrating our shared identity as children of God. This diversity will enrich our worship, as we learn from one another and experience the fullness of God's love through the many voices and expressions that come together in praise. In this divine realm, worship will also be a time of revelation. As we engage in praise, we will be drawn into deeper truths about God and His creation. The mysteries of faith that once eluded us will be unveiled in the light of His glory. Each moment of worship will be an opportunity to explore the depths of God's character, understanding His love, mercy, and justice in ways we could never fathom on earth. This revelation will not only deepen our relationship with God but will also inspire us to share the beauty of His truth with others. Additionally, worship in heaven will be marked by healing and restoration. In the presence of God, every hurt, every sorrow, and every fear will be transformed. As we worship, we will find comfort and strength, allowing us to lay down the burdens we have carried. The act of worship will become a pathway to healing, as we encounter the love of God in profound ways. This healing will extend not only to our own hearts but will also strengthen our relationships with others, fostering a spirit of reconciliation and unity. As we anticipate the worship practices of heaven, it inspires us to cultivate a heart of worship in our lives today. While our earthly worship may be imperfect, it is an opportunity to connect with God and express our love and gratitude. Engaging in worship, whether through music, prayer, or acts of service, allows us to deepen our relationship with God and prepare our hearts for the fullness of worship that awaits us in heaven. Moreover, fostering a spirit of worship can transform our daily lives. When we approach each day with a heart attuned to God, we open ourselves to experiencing His presence in every moment. This perspective allows us to see our work, relationships, and challenges as opportunities for worship, reflecting God's love and grace in all that we do. In conclusion, Worship practices in heaven promise to be a vibrant and transformative experience, characterized by joy, unity, and revelation. As we look forward to this divine reality, let it inspire us to cultivate a heart of worship here and now, embracing every opportunity to express our love for God and one another. In doing so, we prepare ourselves for the ultimate celebration of His glory and grace, which awaits us in the eternal realm. In heaven, the concepts of responsibility and authority take on a new and profound meaning, transforming our understanding of purpose and leadership. Contrary to the often burdensome nature of responsibilities in our earthly lives, in the heavenly realm, these duties will be infused with joy, fulfillment, and divine purpose. Each individual will be entrusted with roles that reflect their unique gifts and talents, allowing for a harmonious and productive existence that glorifies God. Imagine a world where every responsibility is a joy rather than a chore. In heaven, tasks will not be driven by obligation or necessity but will arise from a place of love and creativity. We will engage in work that aligns with our passions and strengths, contributing to the flourishing of the heavenly community. This divine calling will enable us to participate in God's ongoing creation, celebrating the beauty and goodness of His handiwork. The responsibilities we embrace will feel less like burdens and more like privileges, allowing us to express our gratitude for the gifts we have received. In this context, authority will be exercised in ways that reflect God's character marked by love, humility, and service. Leadership in heaven will not resemble the power dynamics often seen on earth, where authority can be misused or abused. Instead, those in positions of responsibility will lead with a servant-hearted approach, prioritizing the well-being and flourishing of others. This model of leadership will foster a community where everyone feels valued and respected, and where collaboration and mutual support are at the forefront. The roles and responsibilities we will hold in heaven will also be a continuation of our earthly journeys. The experiences we gather during our lives will inform our contributions in the heavenly realm. Those who have cultivated skills in compassion, creativity, or leadership will find their talents amplified in heaven, enabling them to serve others in extraordinary ways. This continuity provides a sense of purpose, assuring us that our lives have meaning beyond our earthly existence. Moreover, the nature of responsibility in heaven will foster deeper relationships among individuals. As we work together towards common goals, we will engage in meaningful collaboration that strengthens our bonds. The sense of teamwork will create an atmosphere of encouragement, where we celebrate one another's successes and support each other through challenges. This unity will reflect the very essence of the Trinity, showcasing the beauty of interconnectedness and mutual support. In heaven, our responsibilities will also involve stewardship of creation. Just as God entrusted humanity with the care of the earth, we will continue this role in the heavenly realm. The beauty of creation will be fully realized, and we will be called to nurture and enhance it. This stewardship will not be a burden but a joyful expression of our love for God and His creation, allowing us to participate in the ongoing work of beauty and restoration. Additionally, authority in heaven will be characterized by accountability and integrity. Those in leadership positions will be expected to guide others with wisdom and discernment, reflecting the heart of God in every decision. This accountability will ensure that all actions are taken with the well-being of the community in mind, fostering a culture of trust and respect. The absence of selfish ambition will create an environment where decisions are made collaboratively, promoting unity and harmony within the heavenly community. As we contemplate the roles we will hold in heaven, it encourages us to approach our current responsibilities with a renewed perspective. While earthly tasks may sometimes feel mundane or overwhelming, they are opportunities for growth, service, and reflection of God's character. By embracing our responsibilities here and now, we prepare ourselves for the greater callings that await us in the eternal realm. Moreover, understanding the nature of authority in heaven invites us to cultivate a spirit of servant leadership in our lives today. We are called to lead by example, prioritizing the needs of others and fostering an environment of support and encouragement. By embodying these principles, we not only reflect the character of Christ but also contribute to building a community that mirrors the love and unity of heaven. In conclusion, the concepts of responsibility and authority in heaven offer a transformative vision of purpose and leadership. They assure us that our contributions will be meaningful, our roles will be fulfilling, and our relationships will be enriched by mutual support and collaboration. As we look forward to this divine reality, let it inspire us to engage with our responsibilities today in ways that honor God and reflect His love. In doing so, we prepare our hearts for the extraordinary roles that await us in the eternal kingdom. The concept of the afterlife is one that evokes a profound sense of hope and anticipation. It offers a promise of fulfillment that transcends the limitations of our earthly existence, inviting us to look beyond the present moment to a future filled with purpose and joy. This hope is not just a distant dream, it is a guiding light that informs our daily lives, encouraging us to prepare ourselves for the eternal reality that awaits. At the heart of this hope is the assurance of God's love and the promise of eternal life. For many, the afterlife represents a reunion with loved ones, a restoration of relationships, and an opportunity to experience the fullness of joy in the presence of God. This anticipation not only provides comfort in times of grief but also motivates us to live with intention and purpose. The belief in a life beyond this one invites us to consider how our actions and choices today align with our ultimate destiny. Preparation for the afterlife involves an active engagement with our faith. It calls us to cultivate a relationship with God, deepening our understanding of His character and His promises. This journey of faith is not merely about adhering to rules or doctrines, it is about nurturing a vibrant relationship with the Creator. Through prayer, worship, and the study of Scripture, we can draw closer to God, allowing His truth to shape our lives and guide our decisions. Moreover, preparation encompasses a commitment to living out our faith in practical ways. It invites us to reflect on how we treat others, how we engage with our communities, and how we respond to the needs around us. Acts of kindness, compassion, and service are not just expressions of our faith, they are vital components of our preparation for the afterlife. By embodying the values of love and grace, we align ourselves with the heart of God, creating a legacy that echoes into eternity. This hope for the afterlife also encourages us to engage in self-reflection and personal growth. It invites us to confront our shortcomings and seek transformation, allowing God to work in us and through us. The process of becoming more Christ-like is integral to our preparation, as it equips us to fully embrace the joy and purpose of the afterlife. This journey of growth fosters resilience and strength, enabling us to navigate the challenges of life with grace and faith. Additionally, sharing this hope with others is an essential aspect of preparation. As we encounter friends, family, and even strangers, we have the opportunity to share the message of hope that the afterlife offers. Through our words and actions, we can reflect the love of Christ, inviting others to explore the possibilities of a life transformed by faith. This communal aspect of preparation reinforces our own understanding and commitment, as we support one another in our journeys of faith. As we anticipate the afterlife, it is also important to acknowledge the reality of our mortality. Life on earth is fleeting, and recognizing this truth can inspire us to live more fully in the present. Embracing the impermanence of life encourages us to prioritize what truly matters: relationships, acts of service, and a deeper connection with God. This perspective fosters gratitude and appreciation for the moments we share, allowing us to live with a sense of purpose and urgency. Moreover, the hope of the afterlife cultivates a spirit of perseverance. In the face of trials, struggles, and uncertainties, this hope reminds us that our current circumstances do not define our ultimate destiny. We are assured that God is working all things for our good, and that our suffering is temporary compared to the glory that awaits us. This perspective empowers us to endure challenges with faith, knowing that they are shaping us for a greater purpose. In conclusion, the hope of the afterlife is a powerful motivator for living a life aligned with God's purpose. It invites us to prepare our hearts through relationship, reflection, and service, fostering a vibrant faith that extends beyond our earthly existence. As we look forward to the promises of eternal life, let this hope inspire us to engage fully in our present, sharing the love of Christ and embodying the values of the kingdom. In doing so, we not only prepare ourselves for the fulfillment of God's promises but also create a legacy of love and faith that will resonate throughout eternity. Prayers for the departed hold a significant place in many spiritual traditions, serving as a means of honoring those who have passed while also fostering a sense of connection between the living and the dead. These prayers reflect our beliefs about the afterlife and our desire to support our loved ones on their journey beyond this life. They embody a deep reverence for the souls that have transitioned, acknowledging the profound mystery of death and the hope of eternal life. When we engage in prayers for the departed, we express our love and remembrance for those who have left this world. These prayers serve as a tangible gesture of our ongoing relationship with them, affirming that our bonds do not end with physical separation. In moments of sorrow, these prayers can provide comfort, reminding us that our loved ones are not forgotten and that their spirits continue to exist in a different realm. The act of praying for the departed can also be a source of healing for those who remain. Grief can be a heavy burden, and prayer offers a pathway to process that sorrow. By lifting our thoughts and concerns to God, we invite peace and solace into our hearts. This practice encourages us to reflect on the memories we cherish, allowing us to celebrate the lives of those we have lost while acknowledging our feelings of loss and longing. In many traditions, prayers for the departed also include petitions for their peace and comfort in the afterlife. These prayers express our hope that they find rest and joy in the presence of God. We may ask for their souls to be embraced by divine love, free from the struggles and pain they experienced in life. This act of intercession reveals our belief in the power of communal prayer, suggesting that our intentions can positively influence the journey of those who have passed. Furthermore, praying for the departed encourages us to reflect on our own lives and mortality. It serves as a reminder of the transient nature of life, prompting us to consider how we wish to be remembered and the legacy we leave behind. This introspection can inspire us to live more fully, embracing each moment and nurturing our relationships with those around us. In doing so, we honor the memories of those who have passed by embodying the values they cherished. The communal aspect of these prayers is also significant. Coming together to remember the departed fosters a sense of unity and support among those who share in the loss. Whether in a formal setting, such as a memorial service, or in more personal gatherings, collective prayer creates a space for shared grief and healing. It reinforces the idea that we are not alone in our sorrow, as we stand together in remembrance and love. In many cultures, specific rituals accompany prayers for the departed. These rituals often include lighting candles, offering flowers, or sharing stories that celebrate the lives of those who have passed. Such acts not only enhance the prayer experience but also serve as a way to honor the individuality of each person. These rituals create a meaningful context for prayer, allowing participants to engage their senses and emotions fully. Moreover, The act of praying for the departed can be a transformative experience for the prayer. It opens the heart to the mysteries of life and death, inviting a deeper understanding of faith and spirituality. Through this practice, individuals may find renewed hope and clarity in their own spiritual journeys. The act of reaching out in prayer nurtures a sense of connection with the divine, providing a framework for grappling with questions about the afterlife and the nature of existence. Ultimately, prayers for the departed serve as a bridge between worlds, connecting us to those we love while also deepening our relationship with God. They remind us that love transcends physical boundaries and that our connections endure beyond death. This understanding fosters compassion and encourages us to live with purpose, knowing that our lives impact not only the present but also the legacy we leave for future generations. In conclusion, the practice of praying for the departed is rich with meaning and significance. It provides comfort, healing, and a sense of continuity in our relationships with those who have passed. As we engage in these prayers, let us cherish the memories of our loved ones, honor their lives, and embrace the hope of eternal connection. In doing so, we affirm the power of love that unites us across the boundaries of life and death, creating a lasting bond that endures through time.